all your documentation into the city clerk's office, or your license will not be renewed for 2025. Also, one more thing before I forget it, November 30th, all our licensees with furniture or other types of equipment on the public way, you must remove them by November 30th. Thank you. Commissioner Allen.
Yes, thank you. Were there any of the 2024 license renewals which were stuck with outstanding items that have not been resolved?
Mr. Commissioner, through you, no.
Perfect. No further questions.
Mr. Chair, I'm gonna fall back on item number 5, just to confirm that date. Thursday, November 7th, 2024. That is in the past, just want to confirm those up to date.
Michael Potier.
Mr. Chair, through you, yes, this event did already occur. We reached out to the caterer and reminded them of their obligation to inform us of this 48 hours in advance. They did not in this instance, but we hope they will in the future.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mr.
Okay,
Chair, through you, we do have Lieutenant Matsakis back on the line.
okay, why don't we finish with number 6? So I'll make a motion to approve all of the 2025 license renewals pending submission of the required documents to the city clerk's office.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all 3 commissioners in the approval. Let's go back to item number 4. This will be a report from the police department through Lieutenant Matsakis, who is our liaison, commenting on the 2 a.m. closing establishment licenses.
Good evening, everyone. The only issue I have is the burn. Through the commission, if I can get a recommendation and approval to have a Friday and Saturday night detail assigned through after New Year's, well, the next 6 weeks or so, to monitor any complaints we've had. It's getting to the point where we have to keep an eye on it more and more.
Thank you, Lieutenant Matsakis. This is based on both state actions that were taken this year and issues that we've had with this license holder throughout 2024. Is that the basis of your recommendation?
Correct, and going back, it's had a higher amount of issues compared to other establishments going back pre-COVID as well.
Okay, but we're only looking at for
Just 24, correct, but I've been keeping an eye on it going back. It's it hasn't gotten any better.
Okay. So Lieutenant Matsakis, your recommendation is for the next 6 weeks. What would you like that? When would you like that to begin? December 1st?
December 1st started. I would prefer. Yeah, December 1st is fine. I was thinking Thanksgiving holiday coming up, but that's fine. December 1st through right after January 5th, 6th, whatever that weekend falls on, right after the new year.
You okay with January 5th?
Yeah, perfect.
And then the hours of operation that you're required the detail?
I would recommend we do either 10 to 2 or a 9 to 2, 5 hour or 4 hour detail. Friday and Saturday night, preferably 2-person. If something would escalate, if there's not one person by themselves at midnight, we do have a shift change then too. So we don't want to get into that issue. If one officer is by himself, and they don't want, so we might not even fill it with the one officer. If there's 2, at least we'd have a backup if something would happen.
Okay. All right, Lieutenant Matsakis, I'm going to ask you to, if you could, are you in office? Are you on duty or are you remote tonight? Can you?
I'm remote. I'm out of state, but I can, anything you need me to do, I can still do it from where I am. I can send it. I can do an email, set it up.
Before we vote on your recommendation, could you send an email detailing that to Michael Potier at the city clerk's office? And then we can make the motion based on exactly what you want. Friday and Saturday nights, beginning December 1st, running through January 5th, with between the hours of, okay?
Perfect. I'll do that immediately.
Sorry, we can take that up as a motion and vote on it once we get that, all right?
Excellent. Thank you.
Commissioners, okay with that?
My only observation is we are taking this action without the licensee present. And usually these get advance notice and the licensee is present.
Help me understand, they get advance notice.
Apologies, let me be clear. Usually if a licensee's license is up, we propose modifications, either because of the commission or because of a recommendation from the police department. It will be an agenda item. They will receive advance notice. They will be present. I don't think Lieutenant Mitsakis's request is unreasonable. The only thing I would point out is it does seem we should have been able to provide the borough advance notice to have a representative present for this today.
Okay, so before we do this, I want to be fair. 2 a.m. closing hours are a privilege, not a right. They're a privilege of the license. You know that in the old days, we used to bring them up in front of us. And then ask them how things were going, and would get the police report. And if our liaison recommended rolling back the hour, we would do it right then and there at that meeting. So there was no advance notice.
Fair, but there it felt necessary since the applicant was going to be present. I think we can do this, but what I would maybe just ask next time is if we can think in advance of who we would like to specifically be present and communicate that out to them.
Okay. Michael, could I ask you to do me a favor on our rules and regulations of 2 a.m.? Is there any language in there that requires this commission to give advance notice of the rollback of the 2 a.m.?
Mr. Chair, through you, I would need to pull those up. Give me one moment.
And keep in mind, we're not rolling back.
You're
They're out.
correct. It is actually with that, I would lift I wouldn't even say it was observation. I think it's fine to request detail through the holiday season.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas, we're not touching their hours of operation. Lieutenant Mitsakis is recommending to the commission a detail.
Yeah, I thought that was the initial,
Yes.
case, was that we were not touching the hours. However, I think the burn was brought up during our conversation, so they would not have an opportunity to be present because they were just brought up. But I do believe I heard that you did require in writing through email from Lieutenant Mitsakis to present the details. The only,
During this meeting so that we could vote on it.
right. The only thing I would add is, would be a 10 p.m. I would push for as opposed to a 9 p.m. just for that. But I think because of the past history, with this establishment is the reason why the action is forthcoming as it is.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. Chair, through you, I was unable to locate any restrictions on conditions such as this for a 2 a.m. operating license in our rules and regulations.
Okay. Where is it located? There's something in our,
2 a.m. is a section entirely by itself.
right.
Section 8.
Yeah, thank you. And yes, that would match with my understanding that we do not, particularly for something like this, which is not modifying the hours. We do not need to have the applicant, or we do not need to have the licensee present. I think maybe even, not even so much as a courtesy, but also maybe just discuss with the licensee what problems are being observed and what they can do to address the problem, such that perhaps in the future that isn't necessary. I think requiring a detail is sending a message that they'll receive, but a conversation or having them in the room couldn't hurt it from my perspective. But that said, apologies, I don't think we need to dwell on it anymore. I'm happy to move forward with the lieutenant's suggestion.
Okay, so look, I'll give you clarity from my standpoint, why I'm comfortable with it right off the bat. The borough has had some issues in the past, not only with this licensing commission, but with the state. And I would not want it on my conscience if something happens at the borough during the holiday season that we let this one slide. So I'm going to side with Lieutenant Mitsakis and say, inform them that the licensing commission wants a detail down there on Friday and Saturday nights between these hours, between these dates.
Understood.
Okay, So I think what we can do is we can go ahead and approve the 2 AM closing for all establishments listed in item number 4, with the exception, I'm sorry. We will approve the Burren 2 AM closing with conditions. And those conditions will be spelled out when we vote on that. Okay?
Agreed.
All right. So as soon as we get that from Lieutenant Mitsakis, we can go back and address that we're going to amend them and require them. Okay. Okay with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Great. Okay, and then Lieutenant Mitsakis came back, so now we're on to item number 7. Item number 7 is an existing common victualler license, public sidewalk outdoor seating. Ola Gifts Cafe LLC, DBA Ola Cafe, 112 Broadway, Somerville, requesting approval of the public sidewalk outdoor seating. They are requesting 8 seats on the public sidewalk. Is the applicant or their representative present?
If you are the applicant for this item and you are here in the Zoom lobby, could you please go ahead and raise your hand? I see a hand raised, Mr. Chair. You are the applicant, you are unmuted on our end.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, sir.
Augusto, if you can go ahead and just identify yourself for the record, please.
Yes, sir. My name is Augusto DeCuna. I'm the owner of Ola Cafe at 112 Broadway in Somerville. I've been in business for the last 14 years.
Very good. Augusto, is this your first time owning in Somerville?
This is the first time I'm on the video conference. Yes.
Okay. And this is a common victualler with outdoor seating. Augusto, these are just small cafe tables on the outside?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
And you do realize that the outdoor seating ends the end of November for this year, correct?
Yes, sir, I do. On the 30th,
And
yes.
when we begin again in the spring, you'll have your license and you can put it out there. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, any other questions, Commissioner Thomas?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No questions at this time.
Commissioner Allen,
No questions?
make a motion to approve. I'm sorry, Nikki Green from the administration.
Yes, hi. Engineering has reviewed this and we recommend its approval.
Thank you, Nikki. Nikki, if we don't get to see you until next year, have a great holiday season.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. You all also. Thank you.
Okay, Gusto, hold on one second. This is a public hearing. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If there are any members of the public who wish to be heard on this item, please raise your hand in the Zoom lobby or approach the podium in the city council chambers. Mr. Chair, seeing none.
Seeing none, we'll close that part of the public hearing and make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all 3 commissioners in the affirmative. Augusto, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to you all. You all have great holidays and safe
Thank you.
holidays.
Thanks very much. Item number 8, this is a new all form 7-day restaurant license, common victual entertainment by devices indoors and Sunday hours. This is for K-Bok Korean Fried Chicken LLC, DBA K-Bok Korean Fried Chicken, 249 Washington Street. They're requesting, as I stated, the proposed hours of operation for indoor alcohol service of Monday through Saturday, 8 AM to 10 PM, Sunday, 10 AM to 10 PM. Hours of operation for indoor food service, Monday through Sunday, 8 AM to 10 PM. They are proposing to have 50 seats indoors. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant or their representative present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see a hand raised. You are unmuted on our end.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
We can. If you could identify yourself for the record, please.
Great. My name is Attorney Tyler Hensler. I'm from Upton, Canal, and Devlin in Boston. I'm here representing K-Bok Korean Fried Chicken LLC to be located at 249 Washington Street. Joining me, I believe, is the proposed manager of record and the owner, Yahira Casserly. She should be on. We're here applying for a new license to be exercised at the address aforementioned. The restaurant will specialize in serving high quality Korean fried chicken with other traditional options such as rice bowls, noodles, and some desserts. We're applying for an all alcoholic beverage license, as the beer, wine, and cocktail menu will be crafted to pair well with the traditional Korean dishes such as beer, wines, soju, and different cocktails. They envision mostly dine-in customers, but will probably offer takeout as well. At night, they will offer music, may book some entertainment acts, and will serve food the whole time. The landlord is actually Yahira's mother-in-law, so the family owns the building as well as other restaurants in the past. So improvements will be made to the current space at 249 Washington, and the new space will be simple, tasteful, and clean. So significant improvement. The 100% owner and the manager of record will be Yahira Casserly. Yahira is a U.S. citizen. She's a Massachusetts resident. She's familiar with the rules and regulations related to the sale and service of alcohol of this commission, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth. And she has experience in the industry. She has worked as the general manager of Arigato at the Logan Airport in Boston. She has also been helping out at the New Reliable Section 15 license, which is owned by the family as well, where she's had to check IDs to ensure the safe and responsible service of alcohol. As far as the public need for a license at this location was for 28 years Cantina La Mexicana, and it served alcohol for most, if not all of that 28 years. A license at this location for that amount of time strongly supports, we believe, the requisite public need for a license here. As for the character and fitness of the applicant, it is also strong. Her family is in the restaurant package store business, and she's helped run those businesses over the years. She has no criminal record. She was the general manager at a post-security restaurant in the airport for 7 years and has worked at Massport for over 20 years. And of course, maintaining the record and pass the background checks that position entails, as well as having the requisite security clearance. With that, we're happy to take any questions, but we thank you for your time tonight.
Attorney Hensler, thank you very much. Did I hear you say at some point during your presentation, entertainment acts?
Yes. I might have misspoke or misheard there.
Before you go any further, that's not in front of us tonight.
Okay.
Only entertainment.
Before they have any entertainment, they will
Okay.
come for you.
Okay, great. I'm going to turn this over to Commissioner Allen.
Yes, I believe on your licensing application, where it says, will you offer seating outdoors in season? This says on private property. But I'm wondering if that is a mistake, because that doesn't seem to match with the.
No, not the application.
Right, was that a mistake?
Mr. Chair, through you, if I may, the applicant withdrew they had originally applied for outdoor dining and they had withdrawn that application, so it's not before the commission today.
Understood, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Beyond that, no questions. I believe you answered everything preemptively. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas.
Mr. Chair, very familiar with the location. No further questions for the applicant.
Thank you very much. Attorney Hensler or Yahira, just so I can be clear, Yahira is not on the new reliable market license. Is that a correct statement?
That is correct.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is the old La Cantina. At some point, Attorney Hensler, they'll probably come back in if they want to do entertainment by performers and patrons. You'd understand they would have to do an amendment to this original license. If they decide that they want to do private patio seating behind the restaurant, they would have to amend their license. And if they want to participate in the outdoor dining in the parking lot in front of their restaurant, they would have to come back in and amend. Was that-
Absolutely, and I would add, respectfully, that the hours, the proposed hours, 10 p.m. is a very reasonable closing hour. But if they do well, they might be back, for a possible extension, but again, we'd apply for that, of course.
Great. And does the proposed indoor seats match what La Cantina had? Anybody? Yeah, it sounds about like. That's okay. I mean, they're gonna catch them on capacity anyway. It seems it. Okay, I have no other questions. Anybody? This is the public hearing. Ready? Michael,
This is a public hearing. If any members of the public wish to be heard on this item, please raise your hand in the Zoom lobby or approach the podium in the city council chambers. Mr. Chair, seeing none.
seeing none, and before I close that part of the public hearing, Attorney Hensler, would Yahara like to say anything to the commission, or do you want us just to go ahead?
Excuse me, can you still hear me?
Yes, Kyle.
Okay, great. Sorry, I think my hand was lowered. Yahara, I believe, will let the application speak for itself.
Very good. Seeing no members of the public who wish to comment, and close that part of the public hearing. Commissioner Allen would like to.
First, say that it's nice to see the family grow their footprint in Union Square. They're already a known quantity to us through New Reliable Market, which is a real benefit to the neighborhood. So I'm excited to see that grow. But then make a motion to approve.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All three commissioners in the affirmative. Attorney Hensler and Ms. Casserly, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 9, existing all forms alcohol license alteration of the premises. Sobaya LLC DBA Sugadama 234 Elm Street, Somerville, requesting approval of the alteration of the premises. The current indoor seating is 36, proposed indoor seats 52. Current outdoor public parklet seats 16. They are eliminating their outdoor public parklet seats. I think I see what they're doing. They're bringing them back indoors. Is the applicant present?
Mr. Chair, I do see the applicant's hand raised. You are unmuted on our end.
Hello.
Hi, Christine. You just
Hi, counselors. How are you?
Very good. Can you identify yourself for the record for me?
Absolutely. Good to hear from you guys again. Good evening. My name is Christine Lee. I am the counselor for Sugidama, DBA Sobaya LLC. They're currently operating at 234 Elm Street. Tonight, contrary to the summer, we're asking for a change in use to allow us to convert 16 seats that were outdoors at the time, well, currently, and revert it back towards indoor dining. The entire outdoor dining summer timeframe has been a success, fully compliant, wait staff barriers, tried to minimize any disturbances whatsoever. Now we're going to convert it back inside so that hopefully nobody has to eat out in the cold anymore. With that, we have run all of our plans with the appropriate boards, which have been approved. Obviously, the topic of the water ratio in the bathroom still remains to this day, which they are looking into. They just wanted to kind of try out the summer outdoor dining first before making finalized plans to potentially alter the bathroom in hopes of maybe a full variance, but again, that's not what we're here for today. Today, we're just going to revert the 16 outdoors back to indoor. Obviously, we understand that in the spring, if they would like to convert back to outdoors without a water ratio variance, then we were prepared to come in front of the board again with this same request. However, tonight, we're hoping that the board will approve to convert back the 16 seats to indoors to allow us to have current 36 seats back to 52 seats. Again, this has been a restaurant that's been in Davis Square for over 8 years. Previously, their operations at 260 Elm Street. As a staple of Davis Square, we're hoping that this will just continue to grow and maybe attract more people towards the Davis Square area. Our manager is still Miss Ann Nguyen Crumpler. She's been a manager since this existence. Her previous employment history has contained liquor license management, never had any issues. To date, Sugidama has had no violations, and we have been compliant. We notified all the abutters pursuant to the requirements. We've spoken with the counselors who, you know, obviously they have had no issues with this in the past and continue to approve that our existence would be a wonderful continued contribution to Somerville. So tonight, we hope that you will approve Sugidama to convert their 16 outdoor seats back to indoors for their dining applications.
Attorney Lee, thank you very much. Very informative. Commissioner Thomas, any questions of the applicant's representative?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No questions at this time.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Allen?
No questions?
No questions. Michael Potier, this is a public hearing. Any members of the?
If there are any members of the public who wish to be heard on this item, please go ahead and raise your hand in the Zoom lobby. I do see a hand raised. Going to unmute you. If you are here to speak as part of the public hearing for this item, you are now unmuted on our end.
If that's a Gusto view, it's a previous applicant.
Mr. Chair, it looks like they raised their hand recently. I didn't see this name before, so we'll see if you're here to speak on the public hearing on this item. On Nugent.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that is the applicant,
Oh,
counselors.
it's the applicant. Okay, apologies.
Nobody else?
No members of the public appearing, Mr. Chair.
Seeing none, close that part of the public hearing and make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all three commissioners in the affirmative. Attorney Lee, thank you very much. Best wishes.
Thank you
Michael-
very much, counselors. Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to speaking with you in this spring.
Thank you. But we have some folks in the audience. You want to take those out of order?
Mr. Chair, sure. And actually, we have the folks from items 10 and 11, Save More Spirits. And those are next naturally. And then we have the applicant for the Buzz and Bean, which is item 15.
Okay, who was here first? Who was in the audience first?
Mr. Chair, it's by a nose, the Save More folks. So
Let's
items
save
10 and
more
11.
folks. Okay, why don't we take item number 10 and why don't we take item number 11? Because those are two different licenses, but under the same ownership. Transfer of license and pledge of inventory, all forms 7-day package store license. This is a private package store license. Number 10. Om Namah Shivya Corp. DBA Save More Spirits requesting approval of a transfer of the license of an all forms 7-day package store license. Pledge of the inventory from Star One Liquors Inc., DBA Save More Spirits, located at 325 Canal Street, Unit 518. Proposed hours of operation, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant or their representative present? Come on right up to the microphone, if you could, and identify yourself for the record.
Good evening, my name is Jignesh Patani.
We have the correct spelling on the
Mr.
application.
Chair, yes, we do.
Okay, and you are the proposed, you are buying, Save More?
That's
You're
correct.
buying the license
Yes,
and the inventory,
yes,
and you're here tonight to request the transfer of that from the current operation.
yes, I am.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to Commissioner Allen, if you want to start questioning on.
Absolutely. Could you give us a little bit of your history in the liquor industry?
Sure. So I've been in the liquor industry since 2013, and we own 7 other liquor stores. We have been operating, I have been operating as a manager prior to 2013, but an owner since 2013. And we operate with ID checks. We haven't had any issues with other towns, South Worcester, Milford, and other towns. We put in a ID check, anyone that looks unemployed needs to be ID on a regular basis. Even if you know Mr. Joe comes in for a step back, he's always asked for an ID, or he asked for an ID, and then once the person reaches for an ID, we know Mr. Joe, okay, Mr. Joe, that's fine, but that's a routine practice that we practice with all of our employees.
Great, thank you. At any of the 7 stores that you've had since 2013, have you had any have you been brought before either the state authorities or the local licensing authority for any violations?
We had one 2 years ago, and we have the zero tolerance policy under that point does not work for us anymore.
Okay, just for our information, what was the violation?
That was an underage sale.
Okay,
It was a fake ID that wasn't scanned on the system.
okay. And which municipality was that in?
It was there.
Thank you.
President, I'm getting back, should be on Zoom.
Okay.
Mr.
Right.
Chair, through you, I do see a hand raised. You are unmuted on our end, Matt, if you'd like to contribute.
Hi, thank you, councilors. Matthew Porter, I'm the attorney for Omnibuy Shavaya Corporation. Mr. Pachani's given a fairly good summary here, but just to reiterate, this is the transfer of the package store license for Save More Spirits. This is a very experienced operation coming in. Mr. Pachani owns several stores across the state. Mr. Patel, who's the other principal and the proposed license manager, is an experienced liquor operator as well. They're tip certified. All employees would be required to tip certified as well. As Mr. Pachani stated, they'd have scanning machines at each and every one of their locations. And they would certainly have them here as well. It's been a very smooth transition with the sellers who have been absolutely fantastic through this whole process. We certainly know there's a lot of storied history behind the store, but we certainly believe that it's in the right hands moving forward as well. From an outward perspective, I don't think they'll see a whole lot of difference in the operation of the store. They'll still be remaining, high-class stores. Certainly no change to the hours, no changes to the structure of the business. There are requests for pledge of license on each of these locations to Rockland Trust, who is helping to finance the store. They've already approved the loans on those locations. So if the board were to see fit to approve the transfers this evening, we would just ask that the pledge of licenses and inventory be approved as well. But certainly with that, I can answer any more questions that the board may have. Mr. Pachani can as well, and Mr. Patel is online.
Matt, thank you very much. Good.
Thank you, Counselor. No further questions from me.
Commissioner Thomas.
Yeah, just, congratulations on your success with your stores, and just remind you to hire local and the local residents. Congratulations. No further questions.
Great. If you could give me 30 seconds, I just want to look at the listing of where you are located. Worcester, Milford, Worcester, Boxborough, Wayland, Mendon. First time in the big city. No offense to Worcester, but no offense, Worcester. Is Mr. Patel going to be the manager of record for both establishments?
Yes, he is.
Okay, when he's not at one, you'll have an alternate, like an assistant manager
We will
with
have,
the other.
we will hire an assistant manager, but
Yes.
both the stores will be working over 85 hours a week between two stores. That's when I started in business, I worked over 90 hours. That's what my life was, and that's why I'm standing here in front of you.
Very good. So background, you know how to manage them. You got caught once. What kind of machines do you use to verify the IDs?
Advanced ID, which is also a member of MassBack.
Okay, it's not that 20-year-old model that
No.
can't catch. Yeah,
So we face those problems, and we want to make sure that this is a prescription, we pay a monthly payment, obviously, it's updated since we know that from China online, a child can order for $30 and we get new ID as it comes out. So we're well aware of that.
glad to hear it. You're in the business. You understand what we have to look at too.
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Anything else, commissioners? Matt, anything else before we go to the public?
Nothing more to add. Thank you.
Very good. This is a public hearing, Michael.
This is a public hearing. If there are any members of the public who wish to be heard on this item, if you're in the Zoom lobby, please raise your hand. If you're here in City Council chambers, you can please approach the podium.
My name is Benjamin Weiner. I've had the privilege of being in business in the city of Somerville since 1982. a little difficult for me. I, and my family, Larry, my partner, brother, and Robert, my nephew, Kenny, my nephew, and my son Michael, they've taken over the business for the past 20 years and running it successfully. And we're at the point now where moving on. And again, Jake is top notch, and I know my stores are going to be in good hands, contribute to the city of Somerville in a similar manner. I just want to thank you all for over the years of experience, and whenever I meet to the board, I always treat you fairly, and just want to thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Weiner, on behalf of the city and on behalf of the commission, we thank you for all the joy that your signage has given the city over the years. I know who he is. I see him right there. But our best wishes on your future adventures. We know you're not going to leave us forever. You're going to be around Somerville. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Best wishes. Any other members of the public wish to be heard?
Mr. Chair, seeing no hands in the Zoom lobby and no additional members of the public here in person.
Seeing none, close that part of the public hearing. Commissioner Allen would like to.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All three commissioners in the affirmative. Thank you very much. Stay with us. Item number 11. I'm going to ask you to help me. Om Nam Rama Shivaya. DBA Save More Spirits requesting approval of a transfer of license for an all-form 7-day package store license and pledge of inventory from MVP Liquors, Inc., DBA Save More Spirits located at 2153 Mystic Valley Parkway. Excuse me. Proposed hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is a public hearing. Once again, identify yourself for the record, and we know that your attorney is online.
My name is Jacob Spatani.
And you want to make the same presentation?
Absolutely.
Just that you are buying the assets and the license of the former Save More, and that's the proposed address. Did we get the hours of operation correct?
You do that correct.
Very good. Gentlemen, I don't think we need to ask this applicant any more questions. This is part of a twofer application, but we have to treat each license separately. Matt, would you like to say anything on behalf of your client?
Nothing additional to add.
Thank you very much. Mr. Wino, you all set? You want to let this one go too? Okay. Any members of the public wish to be heard?
This is a public hearing. If there are any members of the public who wish to be heard on this item, please raise your hand in the Zoom lobby or approach the podium in City Council chambers. Mr. Chair, seeing none.
Seeing none, close that part of the public hearing. Commissioner Thomas would like to
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all three commissioners in the affirmative. Best wishes. Best wishes.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see you sometime.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Matt.
Thank you all for your time. Appreciate it. Bye now.
Thank you, everybody. Let's take the next applicant. He's in the chamber. Let's take a 2-minute recess. Everybody can just hold on 1 second. 2-minute recess.
Thank you. Hey. Come on, guys. Yes.
The next applicant who is in the chamber. And where are we, Nickel? Number,
We are at, Mr. Chair, through you, Buzz and Bean, item 15.
item number 15 is an application from the Buzz and Bean LLC DBA The Buzz and Bean, 237 Holland Street, Somerville, requesting the approval of a common victualler license. Proposed hours of operation is Saturday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday closed, Tuesday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proposed number of indoor seats, 18. Welcome. If you could state your name for the record. Okay, and have you had management experience with restaurant type places? Okay.
Previously called it Istanbul. So we are just taking over that. We are just making it into a coffee shop.
If you could just speak into the microphone. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's going to be a vegetarian coffee shop.
very good. Where is 237 Holland located? Teal Square. Very good. So around Rudy's, someplace around Rudy's?
Just almost diagonally opposite.
Got it. I know the block you're in. Thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas.
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Allen.
No questions?
Okay, this is not a public hearing, so Commissioner Allen, any other questions?
None. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good.
Would you like to speak on one?
Very good. So for some Buzz and Bean coffee. Thank you. Congratulations.
Indian chai, so
Ooh,
it's going to be a global business for the beginning.
very good.
you're gonna have
Very
to compete with Jaffa. Yeah, you're gonna see, I'll have to do a taste test of yours versus Jaffa's chai and see who beats.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. All right, where did we leave off when we went now?
Mr. Chair, through you, we're back in item 12.
Item number 12. This is an existing package store license. They're looking for a change of officers, directors, and the transfer of the stock. This is for New Reliable Market, Inc., DBA Reliable Market, 45 Union Square, Somerville, requesting approval of a change of officers, directors, and stock of transfer. The current officers and directors and stock interests are as listed. The proposed officer, director, and stock interest is as listed. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant or their representative present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see a hand raised. You are unmuted on our end, attorney.
Hello, Attorney Tyler Hensler from Upton, Cannell, and Devlin again, representing New Reliable Market, Inc. We're here again for the change of officers and directors and transfer the stock interest. Ongut Cho will be the new 100% owner of the licensee and the president, treasurer, secretary, and director. Family members Mio Smith and Paul Casserly were the previous shareholders with Ongut Cho, who held 34% and 33% respectively. They're transferring the stock back to Ongut Cho for estate planning purposes. And as such, Ongut Cho will be the 100% shareholder, sole director, and the president, secretary, and treasurer. I should note that I believe at the onset of this this package store, Ongut Cho is the only person on the license, so we're kind of just returning to the previous setup. But again, this is for estate planning purposes. But with that, happy to take any questions. Thank you for your time.
Very good. I got it. Thank you, Attorney Hensler. Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No questions.
Commissioner Allen.
No questions.
No questions from the chair. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard?
This is a public hearing. If there are any members of the public who wish to be heard on this item, please raise your hand in the Zoom lobby. Mr. Chair, seeing no hands raised.
Seeing no hands, close that part of the public hearing. Commissioner Allen would like to.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes, all three commissioners in the affirmative. Councilor Hensler, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too. Next item, existing alcohol license, change of manager, DDH Hotel Somerville LLC, DBA The Holiday Inn Boston Somerville, 30 Washington Street, Somerville, requesting approval of a change of manager. The current manager is Ryan Burkhart. Proposed manager is Sean Smith. This is not a public hearing. Is the applicant or their representative present?
Mr. Chair, I do see a hand raised. You are unmuted on our end.
Yes, hello, this is Sean Smith.
Sean, it's Commissioner Lynch. I I assume that you have been working within Holiday Inn Company for a while, and this is simply Ryan is moving on and you're taking over?
Correct.
Okay, how long have you been with the Holiday Inn company?
I've been with Holiday Inn since July, yes, July.
And have you been manager of a record of a liquor license in the past?
Yes, I have.
And have you had any infractions with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts or any municipality where you held a license, where you the manager of the record?
No, sir.
Very good. Commissioner Thomas.
No questions.
Commissioner Allen.
No questions.
No questions. This is not a public hearing, so Commissioner Thomas would like to.
The motion to approve.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sean, very good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is item number 14. Lola Kai, Lola Say. I'm gonna ask them to correct me. DBA Lola Kai, Lola Say, 147A Highland Ave, requesting approval of a common victualler license. The proposed hours of operation are Tuesday through Sunday, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Indoor seats 8. Is the applicant or their representative present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see Tiago. You are unmuted on our end.
Yes, this is Thiago Ronchini, the owner of Lola Kai at 147A Highland Avenue.
Tiago, welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about your new restaurant?
We will serve acai balls.
Okay, no liquor license, nothing, no devices, no TVs, no music, nothing like that.
No,
Okay, small establishment with 8 seats.
correct.
Okay, Commissioner, I'm good. Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate the detail and the submission. No further questions.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Allen.
No questions.
Okay. No other questions. This is not a public hearing. Commissioner Allen would like to.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All 3 commissioners in the affirmative. Tiago, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays.
Thank you. We took the buzz and bean. Number 16. This is existing all forms alcohol license. They're looking for change of hours. So at the in the interest of brevity, I'm not going to go through all the hours here, but this is for Atelier PRB LLC DBA PRB Boulangerie 120 Beacon Street, Somerville, requesting the approval of a change of hours. Listed on the agenda are the current hours. Listed on the agenda are the proposed hours. Is the applicant or their representative present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see the applicant. Luke, you are muted on our end.
Good evening. This is Loic Legarec. I'm the owner of the company.
Louis, how are you? This is Commissioner Lynch. You're just looking to change some of your hours. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. I apologize to the board. I've been doing a few changes over this year, and I didn't follow up on my paperwork. And when we filed for the liquor license this year, we didn't apply for the right hours. We basically want to extend our hours to serve dinner at night, and 8 p.m. is in the middle of the service, so it'll be hard to tell people to leave. Just wanted to extend to midnight.
Louis, when people come to my house, sometimes I ask them to leave at 8 p.m.
I understand, but you know.
All right, I've got what you're doing here. Commissioner Allen, any questions?
I'll recuse myself as an abutter.
You are in a butter.
No further questions, Mr. Chair.
No other questions. All right, Louis, well, I think we're good with the change of hours here for the alcohol service. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2 commissioners in the affirmative, 1 recused. Louis, you're all set. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays. See you soon.
You as well. And item number 17. This is a continued case from October 22nd, 2024. This is for Core Empowerment LLC, DBA Seed, 500 Medford Street, Somerville. They're requesting the approval of an adult use marijuana retail establishment license. Proposed hours of operation are Monday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Commissioner Thomas, just for your, we did hear this last month. Hopefully you reviewed the information that was presented, and we have waited for some documentation that we requested. Is the applicant or their representative present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see a hand raised. You are unmuted on our end.
Yes, hello, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. This is attorney Mike Ross from the law firm of Prince Lobel, and here before you tonight. Good evening.
Good evening, Attorney Ross. We're not going to put you through the motion. So we've received the information that Commissioner Allen and I requested of you and your team last month. Commissioner Thomas was not present at that meeting, so I'm going to let him ask any questions he might have, and then we're going to move right into recommendation.
No questions at this time, Mr. Chair.
Very good. Commissioner Allen, any follow-up questions of the applicant or their representative?
No, the supplementary materials that they sent along were helpful, and they answered every outstanding question for me.
Very good. Attorney Ross, any questions of the commissioners before I make a recommendation here?
Not for lack of interest, Mr. Chairman, but respectfully, no.
Very good. Let me just pull it up here, if I could. And I will give my reasoning for the way I would like to vote. So in the matter of core empowerment, DBA Seed. You could bear with me for one moment. Let me see if I can get this in a big size font for the old eyes. There we go. This case was continued from October 22nd, 2024. After review of all the information, these are my findings. And we'll see if we can get, oops, there you go. See if we can get, our commissioners to also comment if I miss anything here. Sorry, Attorney Ross.
No problem.
The applicant has secured a fully executed, updated host community agreement from the city of Somerville. The location is within an ordained marijuana overlay district. The proposed hours of operation are in compliance with the rules and regulations of the Somerville Licensing Commission. The proposed location is not within 300 feet of a public or private elementary school, nor a duly licensed child care facility. The applicant conducted duly noticed required community outreach meetings and the required abutters noticing. The proposed facility does not occupy more than 10,000 square feet. The applicant has stated that they have a duly executed lease with the property owner. Further, the applicant has demonstrated the capabilities to operate and manage the proposed facility within the rules and regulations of the Somerville Licensing Commission, and has demonstrated their knowledge of the rules and regs of the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission. Subsequent to the public hearing conducted by the Somerville Licensing Commission on October 22nd, no written letters of opposition from the public have been received by the Somerville Licensing Commission, and the applicant has provided to the Somerville Licensing Commission all documentation requested at the October meeting. Those are my findings. Attorney Ross, one other question. Do you or your client have proof of insurance?
We could get that for you. I think it would be required for the CCC. I'm just not sure.
If you have it yet. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I do have the COO, Mr. Chairman. She's on the call. She might know if they pulled the insurance certificate on this already.
Okay.
Can we ask her? Her name's Kristen Picard.
Yes, please.
Okay. Kristen.
Unmuted on our end, Kristen.
Good. So sorry, Kristen, not sure if I'm sending you a tough question or not. Do you happen to know if you guys pulled a insurance certificate on this?
Looks like you're still muted, Kristen. There we go.
Apologies for that. Thank you. I was just actually checking my my files here. I know it was something we were pursuing. I'm just not sure the final outcome there. I do know it's something that we're required to have. So we could always follow up with that documentation if that is helpful.
Okay, yeah, Kristen, we on the local licensing authority do not require that. I just want to make sure you understand that when you get to the CCC level, they do require it. And we can't issue your license until we get approval from them. Okay?
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Okay, I have no other questions. Commissioner Allen, any other questions of this applicant or their representative?
No.
Commissioner Thomas, any other questions?
I appreciate that rundown, Mr. Chair, that you gave. No questions.
Okay, I would like to make a motion to approve with no conditions.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All three commissioners in the affirmative. Attorney Ross, Kristen, best wishes. Thank you so much. Hopefully the 1 month delay isn't going to hold you up that much. My understanding is that you do have your planning board approval. You've got our approval. Best wishes with the CCC.
We appreciate
Thank you so
it.
much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate all your assistance throughout. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, existing retail marijuana, change of officers, directors, and change of ownership and control interest. Number 18, Holistic Industries, DBA Liberty Cannabis, 304 Somerville Ave, requesting approval of a change of officers, directors, and a change of ownership and control interest. All the requested changes for the current owners to the proposed owners are listed on our agenda. I'm not going to read them out. They are posted on the City of Somerville's website if anybody's interested. Michael, do we have the applicant or the representative present?
Mr. Chair, through you, it appears that we do. You are unmuted on our end.
Good evening. My name is Dan Hittman. I'm corporate counsel for Holistic Industries.
Welcome, Attorney Hittman. If you can just walk us through, we don't need to go through each and every person here, but if you could give us why the change in officers, directors.
Sure. So this is just an investment group made a substantial investment at the parent company level, which is resulting in some changes to the board of directors, and in conjunction with that, some cleanup of the license entity as well. However, I'd note that the CEO of both the license entity and the parent company is remaining the same. Our operations will be unaffected by this change. And I'd also note that this change was submitted to the CCC and was recently approved.
Attorney Hittman, you took the words out of my mouth about the CCC. Very good. Commissioner Thomas, any questions of Attorney Hittman?
No questions here.
Commissioner Allen?
No questions.
See no questions. This is not a public hearing. Commissioner Thomas would like to
Make a motion to approve.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All three commissioners in the affirmative. Attorney Hittman, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All set. Thank you. We have two late items. Late item, special alcohol license 19, St. Anthony Parish 12 Prepared Seaway, requesting approval of a special alcohol license for Faye's and David's wedding to be held indoors at 12 Prepared Seaway on 12/14/24 from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Is the applicant present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I see a hand raised. You are unmuted on our end.
Hi guys, good evening. My name is Raphael. I'm from St. Anthony Parish in Somerville. That's a wedding for one of our members on December 14th.
Okay, Commissioner Allen.
About how many people do you expect to be present?
120.
120. All right. No further questions.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No further questions from mine.
Okay, Raphael, who's serving the alcohol?
So everybody which has a certificate and certifying on the church gonna help him, on the wedding. We're gonna use our volunteers.
Okay, and where are they purchasing?
It's a local store.
From an approved vendor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No other questions? Anybody? We good? Make a motion to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All three commissioners in the affirmative. Raphael, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good holidays, guys.
Great, you too. Item number 20, Lego Discovery Center, Boston, 598 Assembly Road, requesting approval of a special alcohol license for Lego Discovery Boston Adult Night to be held indoors at 598 Assembly Road on 1/8/25, 2/14, 3/12, 4/9, 5/14, 6/11, 7/9, 8/13, 9/10. I should have said on the dates, but just everybody be aware, there is one date in all of these dates are in 25. So as described, once a month, all the way through the end of the year from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Is the applicant or the representative present?
Mr. Chair, I see them. Rachel, you're unmuted on our end. You are unmuted on our end. There you go.
Good evening. My name is Rachel Meissner. I'm the general manager for Lego Discovery Center, Boston, located at 598 Assembly Row. As stated, we are requesting a special alcohol license for our adult night events that we do hold once a month for adult fans of Lego. There are no children allowed during these events. They are held as stated in the evenings from 7 to 9:30 p.m. We have done this for a number of years and are looking to get approval for our dates for 2025. Each month we do invite a local brewery who does provide and serve the alcohol to the guests, and they are tip certified.
Rachel, thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas.
No further questions, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Allen.
You preemptively answered them all. No further questions.
Rachel, thank you very much. It's going to take you right through the year, so we won't see you again, but have a good holiday season.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All three commissioners in the affirmative. Let's go back to Lieutenant Mitsakis. Do we have some language that we can work with, Michael, for a condition? We are altering, we are modifying. No, we're not. We're not modifying the license. We are requiring a condition, a temporary condition on this 2 a.m. license holder. Do we have language for that?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do have a writing from Lieutenant Mitsakis recommending that the borough, with the approval of the licensing commission, have a police detail consisting of 2 officers beginning on December 1st, ending on January 5th, from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. on each of those nights that the location is open until 2 a.m.
Which is Friday and Saturday.
Correct.
And to be clear, if there is no detail, the establishment is not allowed to be open past that 10 p.m. cutoff. Or are they not allowed to serve alcohol?
They would not, my interpretation is they would not be allowed to be open past 1 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Mr. Chair, through your further clarification, on reading this a little more closely, the detail requested or recommended is for Friday and Saturday nights only.
Only because that is when the 2 a.m. is in
Correct,
play.
Mr. Chair. Apologies.
Right. So anybody who's listening, the reason I am being quite firm on this is because most of the incidents that have taken place at the borough are in that time frame of 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. So clearly, for the protection of the borough staff, other patrons, and for our public safety, I think this is warranted. So Michael, if I could ask you to do me a favor and read the motion so that I don't mess it up. A motion made by Commissioner Lynch as read by Operations Manager Michael Potier.
The condition is that the burn will operate on Fridays and Saturday nights, beginning on December 1st and ending on January 5th, Friday and Saturday nights inclusive, having 2 officers on detail on those nights from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All 3 commissioners in the affirmative for the condition to be placed on the burn. Lieutenant Matsakis, thank you very much for writing that up for us.
Yeah, no problem. Just so there's no confusion, what I was basically saying, due to the holiday season, we have staffing issues. If by chance we don't fill it, at least the burn did their obligation of trying to reach out and making sure that we had offices available. If we don't, and something happens, at least we'll be, we're covered that we tried to cover it.
Understood, Lieutenant Matsakis. We have not just with, covering for bars during the holiday season, but we have this issue with any event where staffing might not be available by SPD.
Just for clarity, did we mention, if the detail is not filled, they cannot stay open past a certain
We
hour?
did not.
Okay.
We didn't put that condition on there because it would be punitive to the
Right.
borough
I agree.
if SPD could not
I agree.
fulfill the detail.
I agree.
And we made them close at 1.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Right.
Okay. Michael Portier.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Matsakis. Thank you, Captain Richardson. Thank you, Nikki Green. I think we're at the end of the agenda. So one more time, outdoor furniture has to be taken off the public sidewalks and out of the public streets by November 30th. We have approved the 2025 renewals. We have approved the 2 a.m.s with one that we put some condition on. I hope everyone has a very safe holiday season. The Somerville Licensing Commission does not meet during the month of December. We will see everyone in January with a new schedule. So happy holidays to everybody. Please be safe. Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody.